It's so true, and it's so horrible, so sexist, so everything horrible. So, but if you're not worried about that, and objectively speaking, you want to be making this call like breach, because that what you just saw was a breach flash. So you knew 100% sure there was one person here. So you want to tell it to your teammates, right? Breach bathrooms or showers, breach showers, or one showers if you couldn't tell who it was. And that helps, right? Because now you have a guy right here, and now he knows exactly where to look, right? You might save his life and get him a kill with that information. So and if you don't want to use your microphone, that there's options in game for like danger pings. I don't know if you've ever played League of Legends. Okay. So there's buttons that you can press that where your crosshair is aiming, it like signals a danger ping on the minimap. So like you'd ping danger right here, and then it would let everyone know that you saw a bad guy here, right? So there's like, I'm not sure what it is by default. I rebound mine because I press it a lot, and there's like a one for need backup, there's one for danger, there's one for, you know, like on my mark or stuff like that. But I only rarely I just use the danger one, and I just rebind that. But you can bind it to like a wheel option, like a chat wheel. So like when you press the button, a wheel pops up, and I think you can like drag over left, right, down, or up, and it depends. I'll show you in game later, but if you're not comfortable with the mic, then that's 100% an option. Because communication is important, yes, but I can climb the ranks the same way that I did before without any communication at all. So don't feel discouraged. Okay, so this is good. But see, so now that guy that you saw in showers killed the Rays. So who knows what would have happened with the proper information, right? Okay. So now you hear him to your left. So this is good. Patience.
Spike planted.
Nice. So they planted B. This is good. Yeah, you just got to go quick. Okay, I like that you checked that corner. Not many people do. Very good. Look close left. Good. Oh, this is good. What do you mean? How are you new, right? This is better than most diamond players I watch. They get lazy, you know? They get complacent. They're like, whatever, I don't need to check these corners. They're probably not here.
One enemy remaining.
Good. This is good. Checking both of the spots that he probably is. AFK, I don't know. Yeah, but that was a good round. Okay, so when the bomb is planted, so back on A, okay? Here, you get this kill.
Spike planted.
Very good. Okay, now the bomb is planted on the other bomb site. So what's going through my head is that the last two players are probably over there, right? So now you have to go there very quickly. And you know when you pull out your knife, it's quicker than your gun, right? When you move quicker. Okay, so yeah. So you definitely don't want to waste any time at all. Pull out your knife and then make a fast rotation, right? So no hesitation, right? My knife is out and I'm running all the way to B because this bomb is ticking down, right? If this bomb explodes, you lose. So you have to kill 2 bad guys and defuse the bomb. So you have to allow yourself enough time to do that. And these crucial like milliseconds and seconds really matter. So it's fine to walk here because could be potential danger, but over at A, when they planted B, there's almost 0 potential danger, correct? So at that point, you want to go as fast as you can with your knife out to get there quicker. But walking here in hookah is perfectly fine. Because as you saw, your position was so good, and walking has made it so he's not even looking at you. So this is perfect.
One enemy remaining.
Oh yeah, click the heavy shields. Come on. Click the heavy shields. We can do it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so a very easy flow chart to follow when it comes to how to spend your money on the very early rounds. Okay, so on round 1, you spend all of your money no matter what. Pistol round, right? That's the very first round. You spend all of your money, right? So you did that fine. Now, if you win the second round, I mean the first one, and you're into the second one now, spend all of your money again. Okay? So the reason I say this is because pistol round is the most important round of the game, and that is because when you win pistol round, next round you can buy because you have money and they cannot. So whenever you win pistol round, the second round should be free. Free, because you have like a submachine gun and heavy armor, and they're still rocking pistols, right? So you're just, it's free. So the easiest thing you can do is win first round, automatically buy the second. Spent all your money, okay? And if you lose first round, full save. Save, okay? Very simple to follow. And that looks like buying a Spectre. When you full buy on the second round, that's like buying a Spectre, buying heavy shields, buying all of your abilities. Okay, so here are a couple options. So you can tell the incoming danger from here, right? So they're throwing stuff, they're making lots of noise. You can even see them on the mini map that they're right around this corner. So what I would do is everything in my power so they can't walk through here for free. So what that looks like is using abilities. And everyone has very good abilities. So you saw that this Reyna through the seer orb, the flash orb. So that's good. Now, what would block their passageway into here? Perfect, right? So here I would probably throw it, maybe bounce off this wall and have it land right here, or like bounce off this door and try to land in the middle. Basically just cover this ground, right? Or you could, wall from here to here, you see? So they have to run through your wall and then you have the advantage over them.
Spike planted.
Good patience. You definitely don't want to peek this. This is really good. That was very good. Good. It was super scary, right? Because, they have like kind of bad guns. Like they force bought for no reason. Like you're supposed to be saving this round, but if you had like a Spectre and heavy shields, right, like these fights would be 10 times easier, right? You would just spray them down and like kill them with ease. Okay, hear him close, Good. Nice. I don't know what that guy was doing.
Last player standing.
Yeah, just unlucky.
One enemy remaining.
Nothing you could have really done because you just had a pistol and you didn't really spend any of your money. And your teammates kind of beefed it. But now, yeah, perfect. That's what I like to see. Okay, so I don't know if anyone has told you this about ADSing, but I have to say it. Whenever you aim down sights, that's what it stands for, ADS. Whenever you aim down sights, your bullets actually shoot slower. It shoots slower, but at the payoff of a little bit more accurate, right? So in very far distances, you can make the argument to ADS if you are having trouble controlling the gun. But the real answer to that problem is to learn how to control your gun properly. And that just looks like going to the practice range and getting familiar with bursting and spraying and stuff like that. And I go over a bunch of this stuff in my practice range video. I did a coaching session inside of the practice range on how I warm up, how I shoot with the guns, what I look to do, and look how to improve. And that video might help you a lot. So yeah, I go many games without ADSing because I don't want the crutch of shooting slower with the advantage of a little bit more accuracy. Because I'm comfortable with the gun, because I practice with it a lot and without ADSing, and I learned where the bullets are going. I learned how to control it. And it takes a long time. You're going to get discouraged along the way, and you're like, if I just had like an easier gun like a Spectre or like a shotgun, I would have gotten this kill. But don't let that discourage you, because this forcing yourself to practice with these guns is invaluable. So just keep buying it. Right? So let's see. So that was a pretty close kill. Why do you think you lost this fight? Okay. Okay. That could be true. But what really killed you here was look at your movement from when you first started shooting, like your position right now. Okay? So you're right here. Okay? Now let's play. Right? So because of no movement, she was able to take her time and line up a headshot. So you almost killed her. That was very close. 138 to her. But if you did those couple of shots and then like repositioned and then did a couple more shots, like your shooting there was fine, right? You're kind of like bursting because it's long range. That's fine. Obviously, it can be fine-tuned for better, more accurate bursts and quicker. But you would have easily won this fight with probably without taking a scratch if you just like held your D button for a second and then just did the same thing, right? So you burst a little, you reposition, you burst a little again. You just want to make sure your head isn't in the same spot the whole time. Yep, and that just comes with practice. This is the discouraging part that I'm talking about, right? If you are, it's going to be so hard to deal with and so hard to do, but that's why I encourage people to go inside the practice range. And like, let's say like, oh, okay, you want to play some Valorant, but you don't really feel like starting a whole match, or you can't be time committed for a whole match. Just sit in the practice range and just shoot around with the Vandal and make sure you're moving and you're shooting and you're bursting and you're spraying. You know, just doing a bunch of stuff, and then you'll really like understand and get that swing into things, right? You want to make your movement and your shooting a well-oiled machine to be used together.
Ending.
So I don't want to completely like bombard you with all this information, and I don't think that economy for you is that big of a deal this new in the game, but there are very many economic strategies and when to use them and when to buy, when to save, why, and how is that. But honestly, I think at this point of the game, it's not priority for you. So it's all right if you're not doing the most economically sound things. A good indicator for you would be to hold tab, see if all of your teammates are buying guns and assault rifles, and then you just buy with them. If they save, you save. If they buy, you buy. And that's just the safest way at the beginning. Okay. Yeah, well, if you have the money, you always want to be buying a Phantom or a Vandal, right? So the priority usually goes okay, so let's say it's like, okay, everyone's buying, okay? Now I have the decision on what I want to buy myself. So your priorities are heavy shields first. So you always buy this automatically first. Then you choose a gun. So now we're looking at a couple options here. You can't buy the Phantom or the Vandal, and that's okay. Okay, so now we have a couple options. I don't agree with the Guardian being an option, but it can be if you really like it. But Bulldog, Spectre, Guardian, these are the three options here that you have. Even Ares, right? But if it was me, I would either buy the Guardian or the Bulldog, because it's definitely better than the Spectre. Spectre's easier to use, yes, but these are more money for a reason, right? So if you just want something a little stronger, try out the Bulldog. And in these weird situations where you can't afford these good assault rifles, give the Bulldog a try, right? Okay, and that's not necessarily like the worst thing in the world, because the Spectre is still very good. But the thing is, if you're far away, the Spectre can't do anything. Whereas the Bulldog, if you're far away, is still very good. But not that big of a deal. Okay, so now we have our ult, okay? I am looking to use this immediately. Okay? Because here's what I tell everyone. Now let's talk about it. You probably, I don't know if you know all the different ways of gathering ult orbs and how you get the ult orbs. Do you know them? Okay, yeah. So that's one way of getting ult orbs. What's another? Okay. So now we're at 2 ways of getting ult orbs. Now, what's another? Okay, so also when you die, you get an ult orb. So now we're at 3. When you plant the bomb, or when you defuse the bomb, you get an ult orb. So now we're at 4. So there's 4 different ways of gathering ult orbs, right? So, and how many ult orbs does it take for you to get your ult? It's only 6. And look, we're on round 3. We're on round 4. And you already have your ult. This is how quickly you generate it. And the mistake that lots of newer players make is that they sit on their ult for they're waiting for the best opportunity. They're scared to waste it, right? That's the bottom line. They're scared to waste it. But let's say you kill. Let's say you're like, okay, I don't want to use my ult this round. I don't want to use it. Let's say you kill one person, and then you die. Okay, how many ult orbs did we just get? 2. But where are those ult orbs going? Nowhere, because we're sitting on our ult and we're not constantly making use of the many different ways to generate ult orbs. Okay, so especially as Phoenix, and you have an ultimate that only costs 6, that's like the fastest in the game, so or tied with the fastest, you want to just be ripping it out. So what I'm doing is something like, if I'm an A player, I'll hide behind these boxes where you were. I would ult, and I would just run it down. This way, I would go this way, just whatever, right? It doesn't matter. I'd be looking to do as much damage as I can and get as much information as I can. Okay? Because let's say you ult right here and you run down here. You don't see anything here or here. Uh-oh. Did you just waste your ult? But think deeper, okay? So if they're not here, where can they be? Correct. Now, is it likely that all 5 of them are going through showers? No. So what this means is you just gathered valuable information knowing that it's not an A hit. They're going B. So now it allows early rotations, it gets your team on the same page, and it gets them ready for the B attack. Right? So don't even worry about if you don't kill or see anyone with your ult. You're getting valuable information. And if you do see someone, you try and kill them. Do as much damage as you can, you know? Get them to half HP. Who cares, right? You have another life. So, very, very good ult, and you definitely want to be using it as much as you can. And don't be scared to waste it, because even if you don't kill anyone, or you don't do anything with it, you still gather information.
Come on, let's go!
Yes! Perfect! What the heck? That was sick! This is exactly what I want to see every single time. Okay, so what Phoenix has a very valuable tool for holding holding here. So what abilities do we have right now? All of them, correct? Let's think of different ways to use our abilities right now that would be beneficial for us and help us hold this position. Okay, so they're coming through here. What should we do? Okay, we can do that. Yeah, perfect. What's something else we can do? Perfect. Yeah. What are they going to do? They're going to run through your fire? Okay, if they run through your fire, they're taking a lot of damage. And then they'll be soft by the time they get to you. So perfect, right? Okay. It either stops their push or they have to run through it. So win-win for you. So now, what else do we have? Our flashes, right? Okay, yeah. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so now, let's see what happens. Okay, so now that she's dead, so you definitely want to help her in this situation. So, right, because this is, you have a crossfire with her. So what that means is that when they run through the crossfire, they can't look both directions at the same time, right? So either they'll be looking at you and then Viper will shoot them in the back of the head, or they're looking at Viper and then you get free shots in the back of their head, right? So you want to avoid from falling off situations where you are having a crossfire with your teammate. Yeah, you're nervous. Okay. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Yep. Okay. And I mean, even in a situation like where you were Sage, staying alive is important, but not at the expense of your whole team dying, right? Like, you staying alive is less important than you creating this crossfire with your teammate, right? It's just the priorities, because it's just much more valuable than staying alive. Because if you just only focus on staying alive, you'd be running all the way to spawn and then your whole teammate's dying, everyone's dying, right? And you can't even heal them. right? So there's a fine balance between staying alive and being helpful for your teammates.
Enemy removed.
Okay, so now, yep, I would definitely try and get back control here. And how do we make this safe? Whoop! Right around this corner, right? We don't have we're not worried about flashing our teammates because they're all behind the truck over here. So this is just like doing this is a little dangerous because they could be 2 people here, they could just be already watching this, and you don't know what happens. So, and how easy is it to kill someone when they're full blind, right? So easy. So it doesn't even matter about aim because they're just sitting ducks. So I would definitely flash that corner. And now, what should we do now? Perfect. Flash this corner. And then what are we doing after we flash? We're flying out like a machine, a well-oiled machine. Flash peek, right? That's our 1-2 punch right there. Peek, 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 peek.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Your duty is not over.
Peek, peek, peek. So you have that ingrained in your head, but you see how it's too slow, right? So you just want to, don't be scared to run out after you do that, because you want to reap the benefits, reap the rewards, right? Harvest. You planted the seed, now it's time to sow by killing them. Because you don't want them to run to safety when they're full blind, you want them to die. Okay, so, yep, from behind. This is good. Nice passive angle.
30 seconds left.
Okay,
Last
don't peek.
player standing.
Don't peek. Because he has to come to you. Perfect. This patience, nobody has. Not even me. Oh no, don't peek. Turned out to be good in your favor, but let's talk about the reasons why we shouldn't peek. Okay? So, look at the timer. Right? So now he has to run to grab the bomb. I think it's over here. I'm not too sure. He has to go run, grab the bomb. And then after he grabs the bomb, he has to run back to site and he has to plant. And it takes 4 seconds to plant. Okay? So, and that whole time, he's worried about you because he doesn't know where you are. So, he's looking frantically everywhere, right? I mean, he might have a good idea that you'll be U-Haul, but your position is concealed. It's good. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know anything. So, you don't have to play the timer because it's not against you. It's for your benefit. He is playing against it because he is on offense and he has to plant the bomb before that. So just let him get to those few crucial seconds. And then you keep hiding. You keep hiding. And then when he finally runs all the way to get the bomb, and then he finally runs all the way back and he starts planting, what do? Go shoot him, because when he's planting, can he shoot you back? Absolutely not. So this is why we want to make the easiest scenarios for ourselves, and we don't want to rely on just aim to carry us when we can play smart, right? So me, no matter where I am, any match, I am playing the timer here. I am not, because I can, if I peek this, I can lose the fight, right? It's like, it's risky. Right? Even if I think I'm a better aimer, he can still maybe get lucky and shoot my head. So I'm going to make this clock against him.
Just back.
Okay, so...
Gun here. Gun here. Gun here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an odd spot, especially because, like, you're buying a gun for someone that you don't even have. Like, you're buying him a Phantom or a Vandal, but you have a Spectre. It's a little weird. And if you do buy him that, you're gonna be broke. What I would do is drop him the Spectre and buy myself a Vandal or Phantom. He can have the cheap gun.
Apologies.
Okay, so you heard him take the orb in the bathroom. You don't hear it on the screen on my stream, I don't think, but I don't think you have audio.
Loosen up.
Yeah, but definitely took it there. So now you have the information that one's bathrooms. Okay.
Enemy spotted.
Okay, so we are worried now about two places. Short and this guy to your right, correct? So now what tools do we have to basically shut out one angle and then worry about the other? What can we do here? Okay, we can use the wall, we can use the molly, right? Just block off this passage or make it less appealing for them to run through the wall blindly, right? I would probably molly it because, you know, sometimes people will just run through the wall, they don't care. But sometimes it'll stop them just for a little bit. But you basically want to cut off one area and then deal with the other one, right? Just for healing? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's because I don't know if you know this, but the wall actually heals you more. Yep, because yeah, definitely heals you more because it's up longer, and especially with the buff. So if you're thinking about your abilities as healing abilities, definitely your wall will be your go-to healing ability. And you can do a double whammy, right? So like, let's say you molly this, and then you have a gunfight with the molly. I mean, like Molotov. That's what it's short for from Counter-Strike. Because Molotov, you just in Counter-Strike when you throw the Molotov, it just creates fire on the ground. So it's like Viper has a molly. I call this molly, and just, you know, bad stuff on the ground. So let's say you take this fight to your right, and then you get to half HP. You can wall off short and then sit in the wall right here and heal, right? So you use it for two things, to heal you and to block off short. So try and, you know, definitely look for situations where we can do this.
Enemy spotted.
You didn't necessarily lose this because of bad aim. You lost this because of you got overwhelmed. You let yourself get overwhelmed by two different angles. Because if you were ready for this jet, because your crosshair looked decent,
Listen up.
right? You were kind of ready for them to come out short. But the second this guy dies, you're like, oh shit. And then you start bringing your crosshair towards the right a little. And now you have to bring it back towards the jet. And it's pretty bad. So, and it's hard for anyone in this situation, but what better players do is they reduce the difficulty of these situations by trying to cut off one of their options with their ability usage.
I'm saving.
Take out Cypher's tools.
Fire in the hole!
Enemy spotted.
Okay, so they're probably on A.
Here goes the
No one's
party.
on A except for you, but now you're coming up.
Enemy
Okay,
spotted. Killed
this
my
is
copy.
okay. Good
Off your
patience.
feet!
Having this kind of patience will get you far in this game. When you hear noises and you do everything, blindly walking into them is a lot worse of an option than doing this. This is good. You do not see this in many players. I know you're probably just doing it because you're scared, but I'm assuring you that this is a very good option, is to be patient. Because when they come into you, when they peek your angle that you're holding, you have the advantage, right? You surprise them, right? You're ready for them.
Enemy spotted. For you.
So you almost get this kill, right? Because of your patience, and this is very good. And that's not even like that bad that you didn't get the kill, because Jet It's just unfortunate that it was a jet because she can immediately dash out. And that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. You, little overwhelming there. Yeah, it was just a little bit unlucky. I would probably run away a lot quicker and try and like get out of safety. Like right here, I'm pulling out my knife. I'm freaking bunny hopping around the corner and running for my life, you know, because this is just a horrible situation. But that stuff, like, you learn that stuff with time. You'll like, because immediately in my head what clicks is, horrible situation, I'm going to die. But the only way I can live is if I get out of here quick. And how do I go quicker? By pulling out my knife. And then I just like run away. And then I can reevaluate later, but don't worry about that stuff. So this is fine. I mean, like, if you honestly just buy Spectre and Vandal only, that's still okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that comes into... You asked what I recommend buying? If you had, like, unlimited money, what do I recommend? Definitely the Phantom or the Vandal. Whatever you're more comfortable with. Those two are the best guns in the game. For sure. Armor and Vandal. So that was good. Okay, you see how it worked. You blinded him, but what happened? He ran to safety, right? So if you are a little quicker, then maybe you get that kill before he runs to safety. So let me see, because you were pretty quick. But you see how that split second of you standing there doing nothing? Look how much you just miss him, right? Who knows what would have happened if you would have swung immediately. So yeah, definitely, well, you'll definitely be seeing a lot more benefits from going quick with your flashes, and you'll see a lot more kills coming your way.
Let's rotate.
Okay, so I would be a little worried because we've played this spot before. We've used this to kill someone before, you know? So I'd be a little worried that they'd be expecting me here. Oh my god, they don't know, they don't know. Okay, so now, oh yeah, wall, perfect. Okay, now kind of hide on the other side of the wall. Yes, there we go, perfect. Okay, so this was a very good wall, and this is exactly what I want to be seeing, right? It makes it, you're just cutting off this angle for them, right? But now you kind of have to keep in mind the duration of the wall and be like, okay, the wall's about to fall off. And where am I going to be when the wall's done, you know? So you're kind of caught out in the open. And I would have probably, like, before the wall came out, I would have probably thrown this in there, you know, maybe flash through the wall and just stuff like, just, you know, throw the whole kitchen sink at them. So it's a very good wall. I like to see that. Okay, so definitely you have, I don't know if you make the switch, but you have enough to afford the Phantom or the Vandal. So this is 100%. Yeah, you can't afford one curveball, but I will guarantee you that having one of these assault rifles is 1,000,000 times better than having the Spectre and another curveball. So definitely when in these situations where you can afford this and you want to buy it every single time.
Thank you.
Even though you see like oh, I'm seeing results with the Spectre, right? So like maybe I should just keep using it. But you want to practice for the future, right? Invest in yourself by giving you the experience needed with those assault rifles. Because they are hard to control, especially the Vandal. They're difficult to use.
Hi. Hello.
But they're the best. They're the best for a reason.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, I don't know why they're leaving you on A. Like, there should be 3A, 2B. These guys are kind of trolling. But see, this is a angle that I would never ever take with the Spectre. So wherever position you play, you want to think about how your gun works in those positions. So now, let's say you're playing right here. Would you want a sniper here? No, it's too close, correct? So now, when you're so far away, would you want a close range submachine gun to attack these? Absolutely not. It's going to be almost impossible to kill someone from this far away with a Spectre. And this is where the Spectre has its cons. Right? Okay, so you see someone, but you're just limited to a Spectre.
Joke's over. You're dead.
One down.
Okay, so there's lots of action going on over at B. So what's going through my head is pulling out my knife, and we're going B. Yep, so this rotation was good, but how do we make this faster?
I know
Perfect.
exactly where you are.
So now they know where you are.
Spike planted.
Okay.
Last player standing.
Ooh, good dodge. Nice kill. But you see, did we need to ADS here? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to stress the importance of, like, you just shoot slower, you know? Don't think of it that, oh yes, it makes me more accurate. Just keep harping on yourself that you shoot slower, and then they'll make you not want to use it and try to get you out of the habit of it. You're literally putting yourself at a disadvantage, you know? So this is good, right? A little unlucky there. It's really hard to turn away from those flashes.
Check.
I get flashlight. Like, I mean, I would have died right there too. So it's really not too crazy. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have now that I'm looking at? Alt. What are we doing this round? Yes.
Come on, let's go.
Yes. I don't even mind that, like, you just did like maybe like 50-60 damage to him and nothing, but you get that info. Now you know Jet's there. You got all of her armor off. Now she's easier to kill, and you're still generating maximum ult orbs. You let none go to waste. Perfect.
Multiple enemies spotted.
Okay, so in this situation where they are not immediately looking at you, and I know it's very hard that to have some this is called trigger discipline, is when you see someone but your first instinct isn't to necessarily shoot, right? So most times out of 10 it is the correct option to immediately shoot, but in the small chance that they don't see you or they're not looking at you, like, do you remember your, like, when the kill early in the round where the Cypher was here and you shot him in the back? So you can take your time and make sure you land a really good shot, or like just take a millisecond longer to line up the headshot and make sure you really guarantee this kill, right? Because you're not in any danger because she's looking this way, right? So you look for those opportunities where you actually have that small grace period to line up a good headshot. I know it's difficult because you're like, oh, bad guy, shoot immediately. But if you would have saw this, let me see. If you saw her barrel and saw her inching up, you wait. If you just look, because you even shot 3 bullets now, and she's still looking this way. So imagine if you're just like, let me just move my mouse right here and then start spraying, you know? Perfectly safe, and this would have guaranteed the kill 100% of the time. But I know it's a very hard habit to get into and to acknowledge those situations quickly because, you know, you see bad guy, you shoot.
Off your feet!
But it's always something to consider, where if you have the advantage on someone like that, guarantee the kill by taking your time just a little. Okay?
Spike planted.
So, let's talk about this fight. Now, how do we make sure that this fight is not an even fight, where we're just shooting at each other and see who kills each other? How do we make this, how do we tip the favors into our advantage? Okay, so whenever you have to ask this question about how do I make this more advantageous for me, most of the time it's either playing the time, okay, but in this situation there's still plenty of time left. Okay, so we can't play time and we can't just hold the angle. Okay, now we look at abilities. This is where you get the advantage over people, by using your abilities better than them. Okay, so now you know he's here, right? So what can we do to get the advantage over him? Q. Q. Definitely Q. Because your E is more of a utility to stop oncoming danger. Like rushes, right? This is your tool to stop rushes and to maybe heal yourself in some situations. But to win fights, this is your biggest weapon as Phoenix. Right? So I'm sitting here, I flash this, I peek. So then what happens, you're thinking probably like, okay, I flash him, right? But then he hides behind the box. Or he hides here. Okay, but remember what I said about being patient and holding angles? You have the advantage, right? When you hold the angle and they have to peek into you, you have the advantage because you're ready for them. So when you flash someone and they hide, now you gain the advantage because you're holding the angle. But when you peek into... So when you're right here and he's standing right there holding the angle, he has the advantage, right? So now to swap advantage, you look at your abilities to find that any advantage you can.
Spike planted.
So in that situation, right, the aim, it seemed like aim was the biggest problem there. But in reality, it's not taking advantage where it is.
No charges left.
To where you rely on aim as less as possible.
One enemy remaining.
So this should be a free defuse because Phoenix is all the way at A. Good, good, good. Okay, so we can't afford the Vandal yet, so this is fine. No qualms. You're playing well, honestly, for like this match. You in this elo and this skill level, you are playing well. Yeah, you definitely don't want to beat yourself up because as a new player, you are doing well. Good flash. Peek, peek, peek. A little slow, a little slow. Because what's the point of walking, you know? I don't want to harp on the same things again, but there's no point in walking because the flash is so loud, it already gives away your position. So you don't need to worry about walking anymore. Nice kill. Yeah, just a little unfortunate there because, and this is the problem with the Spectre, is when you have to fight far away. I mean, this kill was fine, but when you fight, you're just such at a disadvantage, you know, because they're not that close to where the Spectre is really just a close range gun to spray down people. And this is why this position over here, this is called bench. This is why it's not that good, because you have nowhere to run. There's no safety, right? So you want to play like kind of safer spots. Like what safer spots are here in U-Haul, behind Tetris, behind this truck. So you have a lot of space to work with and a lot of angles that you can play and stuff like that. And so here's another thing, okay? So now you know that they're coming from this way, right? The short, this way, right? So you know that. Now, you're also worried about showers, right? So what do we do in these situations where we are getting overwhelmed? Okay, but not the worst plan, but whenever you ask yourself, what could I do in this spot to make it less bad for me, you always want to look at your abilities, because in Counter-Strike you don't have abilities. So in this game you have the luxury of abilities, and what that means is how to make this safer. So you're getting attacked from two different places. Actually, I don't know if you are, because oh wait, I think she took teleporter. But let's assume that you're getting attacked from two different places. How do we shut down one of them? Can we shut down one of them? Good. And? Yes. So double whammy. You break the vision and you stop the push with this, right? So you basically render showers useless. So now you're no longer worried about that. So now you can focus on just this, right? Now, if you have any questions or if you have anything to say, you too, Les, you guys can always jump in. I always talk a lot, and sometimes I just get too ahead of myself. Yeah, if you like, don't be scared to ask like, okay, but what if this happens, or like what, you know, or I usually do this, you know, and it's fine. You can interrupt me, you can cut me off. I like that when the student has a bunch of questions, you know? But if you generally just don't have anything to ask, then it's okay too.
Let us take the lead here.
See, look at this. This is exactly... Look at this, okay? So you know when a character is highlighted like this, that means they have their ult, right? Okay? So look at your teammates. They all have it. They're just sitting on it. I don't even know if they used one ult. I can't remember any time. Maybe I heard one Raze ult, but that was it. Maybe one Res, but they're saving it for these special opportunities. But if we do like an ult orb count, where if we count how many ult orbs we've wasted, you are at 0. And that's very good. People struggle with this concept in every single rank. So it's very good that you are catching this early, right? So there's so much about this game that doesn't even come to aim. Don't feel bad because you're losing gunfights. This is very smart, very good. You're ahead of the curve. This is the curve, right? These are your teammates are the curve, and you are not one of them when it comes to ult usage. And it doesn't matter what agent you are, right? If you're Sage, res all the time. If you think the res is a waste, then you're one of them, right? Make it so you're guaranteed the round wins. You make it easy, right? So like if it's a 3 versus 2, you're probably like, I don't really want to res here because we already have the advantage. We have 3 people, they have 2. It should be an easy round. No. Res, get the 4th person, so now it's 4v2, and you have the advantage and you secure the round even harder. Well, okay. So that could be different things. Whenever you do res someone, you definitely want to make sure it's a safe landing for them. You know, you could either do that by walling, by ice orbing, or by even peeking the angle and kind of like standing next to them to make sure they're not getting shot at. You know, so that comes with time, but you just don't want to, you know, leave them out to dry. Okay, so it's going to take a little while if you're new to the game to understand what sounds you're hearing, but both of these guys were gorilla stomping all the way through here, and this was like while you were walking up here. Hold on. I start hearing it right now, and what's going through my head is danger, 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 right? And my crosshair is going to be ready for this danger. So, and you will, the more you play, the more you'll understand, and the more you'll put meanings to the sounds you hear. So you'll be ready for stuff like this. So you see how, oh shit, right now you're flicking to them, your crosshair, you want to get to them as fast as possible, but if you used your sound correctly and listened for these footsteps and you understood that these footsteps were the bad guys, then your crosshair would be already ready for them here. So all you have to do is hold down your mouse click button, right? And then you just spray them down. And do we need to ADS this close? Absolutely not. Do you think maybe we might have killed both of them if we shot a little quicker? Maybe. We don't know, right? Because look, you wrecked them. You wrecked them. Maybe another bullet would have actually killed the breach. Maybe that last bullet would have been a headshot. So, you never know.
Planted.
Okay, so yeah, we're pretty broke here. Yeah, you just gotta buy. Buying a ghost is fine here. Stinger is not bad. Not bad at all. I love the Stinger. It's one of my favorite guns. I don't use it all the time, but if I'm in a situation like you, I'm 1,000,000% buying the Stinger here. It will shred someone. Shred them if you are up close. Like, but you have to be pretty close. But you will destroy someone. Just think of like a faster shooting Spectre. It's not as reliable as a Spectre, but you will definitely do some damage with this bad boy.
Come on, let's go!
Just makes me so happy. And you're like, oh my god, my ult, I just wasted it. But no. Because now what do you know? There's two there, okay? So that means there's not these two here. They're not here. And they're not here. So, and you don't hear it, but that was a sniper shot. So now you know there's two there and that they have a sniper. Critical info. Because now that they have a sniper, you definitely don't want to peek that.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Okay, so when you're, it's okay to back up into here, but you definitely want to make sure that your crosshair is doing something active. So, Les, where do you think, where we're looking? Oh, I think your mic's muted. Now I can. What are we doing with this? Yeah, what are we doing with this? Not. Yeah. So what's better? Okay. Yeah. So now we're here. Okay. So where's our danger coming from? Short A, right? Yeah. So now from short A, they can easily just walk into here, right? So we have to be ready for that threat, right? So our crosshair is looking something like right here, right? Because they can't come through the wall. And I know it's hard to actively do something, always do something with your crosshair, but you have to get in this this motion to be ready. Because the more your crosshair is ready, the less aim is required. Yep, perfect. But you see, you said Julie, right? Okay, so you see how if your crosshair is right here, if they just walk into it, you're just basically clicking, right? You're just going, right? Is that aim? No, that's not aim. That's just getting your crosshair ready. Maybe some people can make the argument that is aim, but no, you're just moving your mouse in the right spot. You're not actively aiming at anything. You're ready. So look, good, perfect. Oh, but now we're back at the wall. Oh no, you see? So now we're forced to... So now he's on our screen. Uh-oh, bad guy alert, right? Danger. So now we have... This is where aim comes in. We have to make this crosshair go to this bad guy, right? So yeah, now aim is a factor because we are aiming at him. And we have to move from here to here quickly. But that's hard to do. I have problems with this. If my crosshair is right here and a bad guy peeks me right there, I'm probably dead 9 out of 10 times. Unless I hit some crazy flick shot on his head, I'm dead. So how do I combat aim is have my crosshair ready for them. So the only thing I have to do is click. So, unfortunate. But then again, nothing to do with aim there.
Your feet!
Okay, so as Phoenix, you definitely want to be fearless, right? Because it's so funny that you play Phoenix and Sage because they are two sides of a very different coin. So because Phoenix, you are the first one in, you are making things happen, you are flashing and you're going quick. Right, or right into the bomb site. First one in. Sage, you are last one in. So it's really difficult to get both of these playstyles down and to do it properly. But not impossible. It really gets you well acquainted with the game quicker. Good. Yes, good. Okay.
Enemy spotted.
Yep. No one checked the right. So, when you are the first one in, they need to check the most dangerous things to the teammates. Always. And as Phoenix, you're supposed to be the first one in. Why? Because so you don't team flash anyone. Because if you're the second one in, you're like, okay, I'm flashing sight. Viper's blind, right? So that's why it's important for Phoenix to be the first one in, so you can flash around this corner. Or if I was taking this, I would be standing where Viper is, or like in front of her, and flash into, this is called octagon or garden. So I'm flashing into here, and then I'm exploding. After the flash, I explode. Why? My position is revealed, the gig is up, we no longer have to be stealth. Right? So,
Enemy spotted.
yeah, no one checks that corner, but who cares, whatever. YOLO.
Enemy spotted.
At this point, like, you guys just need to get on the site and plant the bomb. Yeah. Okay, so you hear him, that's why you throw that flash. And that's not necessarily a bad idea, but there's a couple of different things when it comes to the defensive flashes, right? So A, you either want to swing quick with it, right? Right behind your flash. You're right behind him, right? We know that. We know that now. Or you don't peek at all. You just flash and you're like, oh, I'm too slow. Then you don't peek. So you definitely don't want to do an in-between where you slow peek into a late flash, right? So I'm not even necessarily saying the flash was bad, it's just the option after the flash was. And there were, and like I said, the footsteps, they were actually a little far away that your flash didn't blind them. Because we can see here. This tells you. Like, if you blinded any of them, it would say blinded, 1 enemy's blinded, or 2 enemies blinded. And you get better with time because, like, I could have, like, listening to this, I was like, okay, they're running up long. But they're still, like, they're still over here. Right? But you thought they were a lot closer. And that just comes with time and understanding how the sound is and how you hear it and perceive it.
You got it.
Okay, so we won that first round. Okay, we won it. Good job. Nice. Now what are we doing with our money? Yes! It's okay. It's okay. Because, I mean, you can't, because you made this mistake already before, and now you've learned the mistake, but you can't apply it retrospectively. Okay, so...
Enemy spotted.
Yeah, what's up? Okay. 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 Then you uninstall the game and you never play. I'm just kidding. It happens that you're forced to save. You're forced to full save. Absolutely. So, okay, so you're saying, so first round you win. Second round you lose. Now it's 1-1. You have to full save. Oh, wait. So, on this round, you full bot, but... Okay. And then you guys lost. So now on the third round, you have to save. Have to save. Yes. Yes. So now you're playing like Shorty and you're doing sneaky stuff.
Enemy spotted.
Okay, and so this comes into the same umbrella of understanding sounds and learning the game by playing more. So I could have told you that he is way too close for you to even consider flashing from this. You don't. The timing is already like he's way too close, right? Danger. He's too close for you to go for this play. So a gun out would be a million times better. But this is. Yeah. It'll come with time. The sound. So not that big of a deal.
I'm root.
30.
Spikes here.
Enemy spotted.
Okay, so that's a very good kill.
Precision.
Oh my god, how are they up? This isn't even your fault. I'd be screaming at my team. Because they were able to run down Hookah while you have 2 teammates here. Like, Reyna's not saying anything. Or not stopping this from happening. Like, look, what is she doing? What is she doing right here? Right? So, this is just super unlucky. I'd be like, hello?
Gun here.
Here.
Hi.
Nice. Okay, so the best thing that you can do for your teammates, this situation will happen a lot actually, where you're walking into somewhere and someone in front of you dies. Now you're like, shit, there's a bad guy there, okay? But you know he's close because of sound and because of how his actually body dies. So this is kind of like you know, in-depth kind of stuff, but depending on where they die from is the direction they fall. Like if Sage dies from behind, she will fall forward, right? And if she died from straight in front of her, she falls straight back. So I don't know how many people like take this into account, but if you don't know exactly where someone is, like let's say your sound, like you're not too confident about your sound, you can look at the body and be like, oh my god, where did Sage die from? She felt. Yeah, not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people do. But Counter-Strike is a huge thing. And this is like immediately in the midst of chaos where people can't immediately calm where they died from. Like, I wouldn't need this Sage to tell me where she is for me to know exactly where she is because of how her body fell. So where's Jet? Sage fell on her right side. Right here, right? Right there. So now, what you want to do whenever a teammate in front of you dies is to get the trade frag. This is what it's called. You trade frags. And frag just means kill. So when they kill your teammate, you want to trade your teammate's death for his death, right? So you immediately want to run in and try and kill him. So what Raze did was the correct play to try to, you know, make sure that your Sage isn't dying for no reason, you know? 1 for 1. Get the trade. So don't be scared. So yeah, you took the slow approach. I'm not worried about missing the flash, right? It happens. But you don't want to take the slow approach in a situation like that. You just want to go fast and get the trade frag. Nice kill right there.
One enemy remaining.
So I would definitely use my wall here to heal the rest of this. 1,000,000% sure. You don't have to use your wall super strategically. If it's just to heal you, then that's fine because that's a lot of damage you took. You still are missing 40 health. Definitely just full heal yourself. Okay. So what are we doing right here? What are we doing after the blind? We're running as fast as we can, right behind our blind. Oh, yeah, that'll come with time. That'll come with time. Not too worried. Okay, so now you want to get in a hiding spot.
Going up.
Good. So good that you eventually ended up doing this, but you could have found the bad guy before this happened, right? So you would have taken the firefight with 60 health. So you didn't want that. So this is fine, getting to full HP.
Last player standing.
I know exactly where you are.
Nice try. So let's talk about it. So
exactly where you
Cypher knows where you are, right, with his ult. So now there's no, I don't know how familiar you are with all of the agents and the ability usage, but when he ults, he gets vision of you, right? He knows exactly where you're standing. So when he says that, it's an audible cue. Every ult has an audible cue. And Cypher's is like, I know exactly where you are. And then like this reticule around your screen, you know, pop up and it'll make like a noise, like a downloaded noise. And then after that goes off, he sees you through the wall. He knows exactly where you are. So your best tool against that, when you hear that, is to reposition, run somewhere, because now when he kind of peek this corner, he's looking right where you were, right? But if you went around this box to trip him up, then he wouldn't be as ready for this kill, because he peeked this corner and he killed you instantly. You know why? Because you didn't move from your position, right? You're standing in the same exact spot. You didn't even see him before he shot your head, right? Also, what do we have up? Uh-oh. Oh no, this 1v1, right? You could have won this 1v1 easily if you ran around this box, ulted, tried your best, and then went for a second try, right?
Player standing.
I know exactly where you are.
Okay, yeah. Ah, I see. Yep. So he has like a camera, right, that he can place down and he can look through. And with that, he can also shoot out a dart. And the dart sticks inside of you and it tells him where you are. It tells everyone on the enemy team where you are. So the only way to get it out, you hold your button and you completely remove the dart. And that's it. And it makes like a pulsing noise, like a beeping noise. So really lets you know. So yeah, you got your ult after planting the bomb. So you gotta remember that. How close are you to your ult? Okay, after I plant the bomb, I'll get my last orb and then I'll have my ult. And now I can use it to finish this round off. So I'll definitely be hiding, getting full HP, and then ulting his ass. And you would have probably won the round if you did that, you know?
Get out of my way!
Enemy spotted. Spike's down.
Yeah, what's up? Okay. That is a very good question, actually. I think so. I don't think you heal. I don't know. Neither have I, right? Because I don't typically ult when I'm injured. I don't know. That's weird. I'll have to try that one game. I'll see what happens. Very interesting stuff.
Fire in there!
But so when you are on offense, there's a couple positioning things that you definitely want to look for, and these are big things like where am I and where's the team. So the safest thing you can possibly do is just always go with your team. Right? Because you're no longer defending an area, you are attacking an area. And what makes the attack stronger? If you have more people to do it. Right? So you definitely want to be with your team. And what's another reason that you want to be with your team? That's pretty glaring. Exactly. So if you die here by yourself, then they have spike control, and it makes it harder for your team to get it.
Enemy spotted. Spike's down.
This is just a little unlucky. I mean,
Enemy spotted. Spike's down.
I definitely wouldn't have expected that. But see, now, you see how your team's kind of stuck trying to retrieve this? And that's just a positioning thing.
Standing.
Your duty is not over.
Good res.
Seconds left.
Okay, so now they're trying to like clean up
I had this
your mistake, by dropping the spike in a bad spot. So you always want to be seeing where you are in relation to your team and if you're carrying the spike or not.
10 seconds.
I need a drop.
Good. Ask for that drop. Yes. Don't worry about being greedy. If people have money, request, and it'll drop you. Get that money. Good ult. Very good ult. Very good. God, that was so good because, yeah. Anyways. Ooh. This was just a little unlucky. Yeah, the guy pushed that smoke out
One enemy
of
remaining.
U-Haul. But that was good because when you're here, you see your teammate shooting at someone, what do you want to do? Look for the trade frag. Help them. Shoot at the same people. Make sure that she doesn't die for nothing, and make sure that you guys are working together to shoot the same people. Oh, can you? Shit. Oh, yeah, you do. You do. Little unlucky there.
One enemy remaining.
It's going up.
I mean, obviously, there's lots of tiny things. Like, Les, you might be expecting, like, me to be talking about more about crosshair placement, or like you're probably seeing lots of problems that I'm not talking about. But you don't want to skip fundamentals, right? So like, yes. So like I'm overlooking many problems, but I'm not trying to information overload and have her fix like very small things when there's big ideas to be thinking about. For sure, everyone. It's very important. What's up? Okay.
Last player.
So let's see. So a planting inside where it's planting super duper safe is only good if you are under threat. Right? But if there's no immediate threat, you want to be planting in the worst possible spot for the diffuser as possible. You want to plant as open as possible. Right? So, because the reason for that is so you can do a thing called play the bomb, right? So what that means is, like, the only way they win is if they defuse the bomb, correct? So you wait for them to try and defuse the bomb, and then when they defuse the bomb, that's when you peek and kill them. Because they can't shoot you back when they're defusing, right? So that's playing the bomb. When it's planted here, the diffuser has all this cover to defuse safely, and they only have to worry about like 2 entrances. But if you plant out in the open, they have to worry about hookah, they have to worry about long, they have to worry about elbow, like, and you can come out of anywhere, you know? You have to give the diffuser living hell by planting out in the worst possible spot for them as possible, you know? That's only when you have the safety, like when you take the site and it's clear. That's when you could do a plant like that. A plant like this does not make sense because the site was clear and now they can't actively play the bomb.
Last player standing.
You'd be surprised how many round wins I've gotten after the bomb has been planted without firing a single bullet at a bad guy. Or like if I am firing my gun, it's only to scare them off the defuse. Like I can, it's so much because you use this timer against them, right? Because they're defusing, you pop out, then you just start like shooting around them and then you hide again, right? Because you hear when they defuse, right? So they can't just defuse without you knowing. Lots of strategies when it comes to that. And no. But that's when you utilize jiggle peeking and you get info, right? You quickly like jiggle, like let's say you planted here, okay? And you're standing long. Okay? You're like hiding behind this wall. You hear a beep, okay? You wait. Okay, you jiggle peek. You see? You take a look at the bomb. It's like, oh, is he actually defusing? Oh, he's not. Okay, I hide. I wait. Oh, I hear a second beep. Okay? I jiggle peek again. Oh shit, he's actually defusing. Now I peek. I shoot to make him get off of it, and I hide again. I don't even try to kill him. I just hide again. I play with his head. Cat and mouse, you know? So, and you can, here's another tip. If the bomb is blue, it is not being defused. Okay? So let's take a look at the bomb. See? You see how this is blue? It's not being defused. Now, look what happens when Jet, look. It's red. So when you look at the bomb to see, oh, is he actually defusing? Am I going to lose the round? But you see that it's green? It is impossible because, you know, it has to be red. So don't worry about if he's crouching next to it or if he's standing next to it. Look at the bomb color. Okay, if it's green, then you're safe. Keep hiding. Lots of people don't. They don't. And it's the easiest tool to play the bomb with because you don't have to, like, you can jiggle peek and just look at the bomb color. It's like, oh, it's green. So he just faked it. He's not actually defusing. Now I just wait. Because lots of people, they like to crouch next to the bomb. They tap the bomb. And then they look like they're defusing because they're crouched in front of the bomb. But then they shoot you. You're like, oh shit, I thought he was defusing, you know? Do you have a DC? Oh no, someone just died mid. Okay, so.
No charges left.
Oh, you forgot to buy your flashes. That's
I
funny.
know exactly where you
Not a big deal. Yeah.
No charges
Yeah.
left.
Yeah. For sure.
I
Because you
know
see,
No charges left.
and this is how you tell. You might know this less,
No
but
charges left.
let me see if I can get a bit. Okay, look, you see? Look at these bullet holes. Okay? So if a wall is wall bangable, then you will see black bullet holes. Okay? If it's not, they're going to be looking like this. You see the difference? Yes, absolutely. The different weapons have different penetrations. Like the Odin has high penetration. Vandals have medium. And so does Phantom.
No charges left.
They say it in the buy menu. Because I'll show you real quick. Okay, so if I don't know how good the quality is, but over here, Vandal, we see fully automatic, fire rate, zoom mode, the damage. It even tells you how much damage it does to everywhere. Wall penetration, medium. So it's low, medium, and high. Not a lot of things have high. I think it's like Odin, Op. I don't know what else. Maybe the Sheriff. I don't know actually. Oh wait, no, you didn't forget to buy it. You just used it earlier.
know exactly where you are.
Okay, so see, Cypher uploading, you see? That's how you know. So, Cypher's ulting, he says, I know exactly where you are. Boom, right? It says Cypher uploading, and then he gets a picture of your position. So now you're thinking, okay, I need to move from my position, because now I don't want to be trapped. Okay, but you hear him right here. Perfect patience. Shoot that. Good kill. You gotta remove it. Okay.
Last player standing.
Okay, I see. I see.
Enemy remaining.
Oh my god, you're a nut. What is this? Do you win this?
Careful now.
I know! It's so fun. Okay, I do this to troll. If I'm in an unrated match and I get hit with this tracking dart, I keep it in and I'm like all chatting. How do I take it out? My team's not telling me. And then what I do is I go this way with the tracking dart so Cypher and the whole team sees it, but my whole team is walking up like B long while I'm like taking everyone away from B towards me. It's super troll. It's super troll. That's funny. But now you know, so you'll never make that mistake ever again.
To explode.
Okay, so we leave ourselves with $200 here. I know it's hard for you to see, but we definitely leave ourselves with $200. So you definitely want to look for those things where, oh, I'm missing an ability. Let me just buy it real quick, right? If you can. So, because you never know when this one flash will really matter. Okay. Okay, okay. This is good. Nice, you got your ult now.
Come on, let's go.
Yes! Yes! You know, a little take your time, you know. Not get too crazy. He has a Marshall, he's up close, he's not gonna do anything significant with it. But that was good, nonetheless. Even if Raze didn't kill him there, you would have killed him. So now your objective is really to re-get the bomb. Secure the bomb again. Patience! Oh, yes! If you do this every time, this is so good. So good. Right? You hear footsteps, and instead of your reaction to peek into them, you hold the angle, and you are patient. And you know how many times I've pulled up the scenario, I paused it right here, and you've gotten the kill? Right? This is good. That's good. And you probably think of you think of yourself like, oh my god, my aim is so bad. But you don't need good aim when you have a good brain. Exactly. Like, you're getting all of these kills because you're more patient than them, because you're holding the angles. So good. Oh, this coaching session is going
30
pretty
seconds
long.
left.
Sorry, I'm very long-winded. That's what I like to hear, you know? So I'm not talking for no reason. Alright, we're flashing. Who cares you flash the Reyna? It's fine. But, you know, it's well-oiled machine. A flash immediately going. That sucks. But whenever I hear the Reyna ult, you know what I'm doing? I mean, the Raze ult. Because every ult has a sound cue, and you'll get familiar with them as you play, right? So what she says is, fire in the hole, and she screams it. So when you hear that, your first instinct is to pull out your knife, and you run as fast as you can, as far away as you can. Okay, and here's another tip. So you know how they show their ult when they're light up like that in yellow? When their ult is active, they're green. Do you see that? Okay, so when their ult is done, the green goes away. So this is very good for, I think, Reyna, Phoenix, because when Phoenix ults and when he's in that you know, second life mode, this will be green the whole time, and you're like, is it done? Is it over? Is it over? I don't know. But if it's no longer green, then you know 100% sure it's over. So what I do, I pull out my knife, I run away from the Raze, and then I wait for this green. I'm looking up here the whole time, and I wait for that green to go away. See, it's green screen. She shoots it, and now it's gone. All right.
Quiet.
They will cover.
See, if we look at our team's Reyna, you see it's green around her? It's because she's in her ult mode. Reyna's ult just makes her a super soldier, basically. The Predator. Pretty wild. Shoots faster, heals. Enemies are outlined in red. Okay, so now we're in this post-plant situation. So how do they win? How does the enemy team win? Correct. Now, can they defuse from here? Or here? Or here? No. So, to make this safer, what should we be doing? No. Hiding. Hiding, right? Because they have to defuse this. So you want them to come try to defuse it. Because when they're defusing the bomb, they don't have their gun out. They're vulnerable, right? So use that patience that you have to hold a tight corner, but you're hidden, and play the bomb. Play the bomb, right? Use the timer against them.
Get out of my way!
Yeah. So you can defend the bomb without exposing yourself to dying. Right? Because if they peek here, then you're now in a gunfight. But do you need to be in a gunfight? No. You just have to make sure they don't defuse that.
Your duty is not over! Eliminate.
Good kill, good kill. Okay, so now we know one's here. Why do we know that? Because we heard it, A, and because she just killed our sage that was in there. So now what are we doing here? We don't want them. We don't want them to come from here. What do we do? Bang! 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 What do all these abilities do? They make him stopping from coming here, right? So what does that do? So he's now he's waiting, okay, for all of your abilities to go down. But what does waiting do for him? Uh-oh. This is going to explode. Right? So this is where buying time and playing the bomb comes into play. So you want to waste his time because you want this bomb to explode. That's how you win.
Last player standing. One enemy.
See, look. When he's defusing the bomb, he can't shoot you. So you want this scenario every single time, if you can help it, right?
Remaining.
Oh, the ult! Wait, you're alive.
Your star shines bright, Phoenix.
You're a genius.
Need a drop.
What?
Your star shines.
That's going on the highlight reel for sure.
What the hell? I have never seen this in my entire life. That is ridiculous. This is the smartest thing I've ever seen in Valorant, right? Now, what would make this even better is if you picked up an assault rifle, right? Because instead of keeping the Spectre, because there was like 1 million on the ground everywhere. But if you picked up an assault rifle, I would schedule a coaching session with you to teach me how to do stuff like that.
Your star shines bright.
I would have just sat there and died 1,000,000% and then...
Need a drop.
Ugh. That was sick. This is a close game. Oh no, oh no. Oh no!
Last player standing.
Oh, you guys just got wrecked by that breach. That those flashes were so good. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You have to train yourself to like flick, like turn away. Like it's very difficult to do because flashes in this game like are pretty hard to react to. But like you see this, okay? Hold on. So the second you see this, you are whipping a 180. Not necessarily a 180, but you're looking into the wall, right? So you make sure that this is not on your screen. So, yeah. Yes. But when you face the wall and then after the flash pops, you turn back, it's a lot quicker than eating the flash and sitting through it. Because look how long you're flashed for. Right? So, looking at the wall, pop, looking back is a million times quicker. Hard to do. I wouldn't expect you to do it. I wouldn't expect any gold, plat, or diamond player to do it. They will just sit there and get flashed like this. Even I sit here and get flashed like this. It's very difficult to do. But that's your only counterplay, really.
Last player standing.
But other than that, I mean, like, this was a good game. I saw a lot of good things. And honestly, surprised me on a lot of the good things that I've seen. And you can grow as a player pretty exponentially if you fix some of your things. Like, your aim is not bad at all. But your crosshair placement obviously needs a little work. And that doesn't necessarily mean aim higher at heads. It's just the fact that you're not sometimes even aiming at the danger. Instead of aiming at like at a possible threat, you're aiming at like a wall, right? And now you're like moving your mouse to the bad guys when they pop up on your screen. So that's the basics of crosshair placement, just putting your crosshair where the danger is. And ability usage, right? The wall, the flashes, and now we know how to flash properly, right? And how to take advantage of them properly by going fast after them. Yep. So that's something we'll change. We will start using our mollies for, you know, stopping rushes, cutting off areas, make it safer for us. Using our walls to cut off areas when we are in a 1v2 situation where we're getting pinched. Instead of getting pinched, you cut off one side and you deal with the other. So a lot of stuff like that. Post bomb planting, time management, using your knife a little to go a little quicker. Yeah, I mean, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Do you have any questions? Or anything you want to talk about? Or something maybe you feel I missed? Yeah, go ahead. Like, hold on. Like, there's a couple different kinds. The glitchy, like, move up Mach 1. Yeah. Not possible. It's not possible. There is. Well, I don't know. They probably took it out, but you know, you could like ride the. Yeah, they took it out. You can like jump off of Jet's head when she dashes, or like you ride the Viper wall. There was a bunch of cheesy stuff where you flew across the map, and I thought that's what you were talking about. Okay. On this one? April, this was 2 months ago, man. Okay. So what you have to do is Yes, but in CS:GO it's intended. In this, it's not intended for people to sit on top of other players. You'll slide off. Because the reason why this works is that when he jumps on top of your head, like the Omen is jumping on top of my, like let's say it's me. Usually you slide off, but when you're facing a corner like this behind him, you're pinched between the player and him. So it has to be, so you actually could do it. Wow. So yeah, I guess every place where there is a corner where you can pinch someone in, you can do this. No. Like if someone did that, yeah, that's super sick though. That's super sick. But in solo queue, like you don't, like most teams don't have the coordination. Like, yeah, that's funny as hell though. I never seen that. Okay, well, Julie.